everybody, it's Sissy. I'm going to talk to you today about low carb and how I do it and what I eat in a week. I've had a couple of questions about what is low carb and what do you eat and are you hungry, and I'm going to answer some of those questions. The key for me to low carb is to be prepared, to know my options, and to have things available when I get home so I don't take the easy route and grab something I shouldn't. This isn't a whole week's worth of food. Some of this will last more than a week. This is just what I bought today, and I'm going to give you some ideas of the meals that I plan with this. I love pickles, and fortunately pickles don't have many carbs. One pickle spear has 1 carb. So I like to take a pickle spear, piece of cheese, or half a piece of cheese, and a piece of ham, roll it up, maybe with a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of cream cheese. I call it an inside-out sandwich. So sometimes I'll make 2 of those little roll-ups or 3 little roll-ups, depending on how hungry I am, and that'll be a lunch, or if I'm real rushed, it'll be a snack to hold me till when I'm going to get a real meal. And I do love my cheese. I prefer Baby Swiss. This has, it lists no carbs per serving, but it probably has a fraction of a carb, so I do count it as a carb. I try to do 7 carbs total or less per meal, no more than 20 a day. So that's a good choice, and I like the provolone cheese. It also is listed as no carbs, but I do count it as a half a carb for each slice. Another staple that I really love is pimento cheese. This is my favorite brand. This is a Carolina thing. Palmetto cheese original is so good, and it has no carbs. So I'll have this, and I love to dip pork rinds in it. That's really my favorite thing. So sometimes that's a quick lunch. Sometimes that's supper too, because it's just me and I can eat what I want to. So, but I love that. And sometimes I like to just put some pimento cheese on top of a hamburger. That's really good too. So, and of course bacon. I love bacon. I buy the 3-pound pack of bacon and cook it. And yes, most weeks I do eat 3 pounds of bacon in 7 days. I eat bacon every morning for breakfast with a cup of coffee, and usually I skip lunch because I'm still full from the bacon. But you have to be careful and watch. Make sure it has no sugar added. This is a good brand, Galway at Walmart, no sugar added, so it actually has no carbs per serving. I still count it as 1. But you have to check, don't make a mistake, and just pick up a pack, because a lot of them have sugar in it and you don't know it has sugar. But my coffee, I use the heavy whipping cream. It has a higher fat content, and strangely enough, on low carb you want the fat. It keeps you full, keeps you happy. So I put the heavy whipping cream in my coffee. Let's see. This brand is from Aldi's, and it's listed as 0 carbs. I still count it as half a carb. You can check other brands. I think Land O'Lakes has some that are 0 carb and some that are 1 carb. You just have to check your packages. And let's see. Oh, I bought this today. It was on sale. They had these little Boston butt pork roast. I'm going to cook this in the crock pot, and when it's done, I'm going to take some of this sugar-free barbecue sauce. I got this at Walmart. It does have carbs. It has 2 carbs per 2 tablespoons. But I take this and I kind of water it down, because I like a Carolina barbecue sauce. I water it down. I add a little bit apple cider vinegar, a little sweetener, my sucralose drops, and sometimes I add the sugar-free ketchup just to thicken it up or to stretch it out a little bit, just so you have the barbecue taste, but it don't have all the carbs from the tomatoes. Tomato sauce is really carby. But this is good. I like it. I'm not a real big fan of hickory flavor, so when I add the apple cider vinegar, it kind of hides it a little bit, so I like that. And then I have about the only vegetable that I really like is cabbage. So I buy the tricolor coleslaw mix from Walmart. It does have carbs. It has 5 carbs total for 1.5 cups of coleslaw. And there's no way I'm going to eat 1.5 cups of this in a serving. So I usually take about half this bag, and I'll make just regular coleslaw with the mix and a little bit of bell pepper and a little bit of onion, because they both have carbs. I add Duke's mayonnaise, which is my absolute favorite mayonnaise, and a little bit of sweetener, the sucralose drops, or sucrin, I can't remember what the name of it is now, sucrin 1, I think, yeah. Salt and pepper, and it is delicious. And then I'll save the other half to make maybe crack slaw, which just Google it, look on YouTube. There's 1,000 different recipes for crack slaw. Basically, all it is stir-fried cabbage with meat of your choice, hamburger meat, sausage, shrimp, chicken, whatever you want thrown in. A little bit of soy sauce or whatever flavorings you want, rice wine vinegar. It's delicious. I eat that all the time. It's really good. After I fry my bacon, I have that lovely, lovely pan of bacon grease left. Take the bacon out. Take the majority of the bacon grease out because you don't want it swimming in grease. Maybe leave 2 tablespoons of grease in the pan. Throw in some the slaw mix. Cook it till it's just wilted. Then throw in some crumbled bacon. That is delicious. I eat that, well, maybe once a week. maybe not that much, but it is delicious and I love it. And of course I have pork rinds as my staple. This is great if you just want a snack. Sometimes you just want something crunchy, so I have pork rinds. And eggs are another low carb staple. They don't have, I think 1 egg has, looking for the carbs, 1 carb. So eggs, I boil half a dozen eggs, have them in the refrigerator to grab. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to eat my bacon, which I try to make time to eat my bacon, I'll grab a boiled egg and eat it on the way to work. I don't want to eat the bacon on the way to work because I get my hands all greasy. But anyway, and I've got a great recipe for some little chicken pot pie egg cups. I'm going to do a video of it. It is really good. You take your eggs, you mix it, then you add just a little bit of carrots and a little bit of peas and some shredded up rotisserie chicken, which I have a rotisserie chicken in the refrigerator, and I'm going to do that later. And some shredded cheese. You bake it in the cup, and it tastes just like a pot pie. I love that. So I make those sometime. Just leave them in the refrigerator and reheat them when I want to eat them. But the best thing about low carb is you're not starving to death. You are full. Sometimes I go, I don't really want anything else to eat. So, the key thing is, if you're not hungry, don't eat. If you ate breakfast this morning and you don't want lunch, don't eat lunch. Don't make yourself eat lunch.